Hi guys, it's Frankie from Frankie Tech. Good to see you guys again, and I'm here today with my 48-hour review and 5 favorite features of this awesome gaming phone, the Black Shark 2. Gonna say Xiaomi, but it's actually Xiaomi's sub-brand, Black Shark. Now you may hear it in my voice, guys. It seems like I'm coming down with something, probably a little bit of a cold here. So bear with me as I go through this video. And if I am a little bit more MIA in the next couple days as I kind of heal up, but just wanted to do a quick take video here and share my kind of 48-hour thoughts about this phone. And I gotta say, it's been a very refreshing phone to use, this Black Shark 2. As you know, I've been reviewing a lot of very sleek phones recently. Take the Galaxy S10 Plus, the Xiaomi Mi 9, the Mi 9 SE. All those phones are trying to be more premium, and they're trying to be glossy, they're trying to be snazzy, and it's just nice to finally review a phone that, from the looks to just like the software interface, it is not trying to be that at all. It is unapologetically a gaming phone, but it has a lot of great things here that I want to talk about, and a few negatives that I'll bring up as well. But going through the 48 hours, I have enjoyed this phone, and I'm going to jump right in now to the first feature that I enjoyed the most so far, and that's the looks. And so let's talk about the looks of this phone. In terms of weight and body, it is not a light phone. 8.7 millimeters in thickness there, so it's a thick guy here, and 190 grams. It is substantial in the hand, but that is not an issue. It's just one of those things that really, when you have this much metal on the back and on the edges of the phone, you really do appreciate it. Now, the one negative I'd say hardware-wise is that there's no 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, and that could be a deal breaker for some of you guys. It's not for me. As you may know, I'm a big Bluetooth user. I've ordered the new AirPods. They're on the way. If you're like already in that world, that's not going to be an issue. But just wanted to point it out there that in terms of looks, though, this is rocking a very stealthy look here. And it's got obviously the inclusion of the color green in a lot of the interface. Now, you may not know this, but green is probably one of my all-time favorite colors, if not my favorite color. And so to have little green accents all around, you see there from the metal edge all the way to the sides of the phone. And when this charges, these are actually lights on the side, and they just look really, really cool. And that kind of segues into the next one here. So from looks to lights, there's just so many ways that this can be, that these are implemented here, from the charging to the S logo on the back, the light settings. There's the Black Shark logo. And so this is running Joy UI, like I mentioned in the previous video, but it does still have a lot of these settings. This whole system, it seems almost a little bit like stock Android, but there are some kind of Xiaomi more related settings as well. And this one is very unique to this phone, Black Shark logo. So there's a few different things you can do here. In light mode, you can actually have it as keep on, so that basically keeps this on and just pulsing like that. You can also do breathe mode, which kind of does, you notice there, a little bit of a, and you can kind of, let's see here. There's breathe mode. And you can do it faster or slower. So it's just kind of pulsing. I'm going to try to turn off the light so you can see it a little bit better. There you go. That clearly shows you how it's pulsing there. And you can obviously adjust the color too. So any of these colors can be used. And there you go. Now you went from green to pink, or from green to orange. And I like that. That's a really cool accent there. And then if you really wanted to do something even wilder, you can go rainbow. And then this cycles through, look at that, it goes from orange to blue, deep purple there. Look at that purple. It's just goes to pink to red. And it's just a really cool feature of this phone. Now, this obviously uses power, but I think if you're gaming, if you have it on for a little bit of time, it's not bad at all. So I'm going to go back to breathe mode here and keep it on green for now. That's my favorite so far. But that is a cool feature, and it's very unique. The lights also, like I said, when you're charging this phone, let me see if I can grab actually the charger. So I've grabbed a Xiaomi, the 27-watt charger, and I'm going to put this in here. See if I can find it. USB-C right here, so no worries. There it goes. So you see when it charges, it pulses on both sides. And since it's 100%, this is already full. When I started charging it, it was almost down here, and it will keep going up until it's completely full. That is awesome. And it's not just on one side, it's on both sides. So really cool just implementation of lights on this phone, and just a very unique kind of feature like overall. The other awesome feature, and this is number 3 here on my 5 favorite features, is what's called Shark Space. So Shark Space is something that is pretty much, I think, is one of the coolest kind of hardware related, but that links to software related features on a phone. So like you have your typical sliders here on OnePlus phones that will kind of mute, or you can switch to like to mute all, or just do not disturb mode and stuff like that. Well, this takes it to the next level. What they're doing here, and if you see on the side, this is the shark mode button. And what that does, let's say I'm using the phone. This is the normal usage of the phone. I press that on, and boom, I'm into Shark Space. And what Shark Space is, it's a dedicated gaming mode. What they do is basically shut down all of the apps in the background. Basically, all notifications are blocked, and all of the power of this phone goes directly to Shark Space. And it is just such an awesome, nifty feature. And from there, you can pretty much go in, and just game. And obviously, they also have, pull it up, there it is, the Gamer Studio. And this gives you an opportunity to actually go in, keep your dashboard here. If you've noticed, I've actually had the battery temperature, CPU, and frames per second visible there all the time. I've had it on just because I've been doing some gaming, but you can also turn that off there. All of this can be enabled essentially through Shark Space. Now, in this spot right here, this is where once you've downloaded some games, you can start including them here if they haven't been included in the game list already. But it's just such a cool feature, and you're having your time, you're playing, having fun. Then once you're done, you just press it, and boom, you go right back into Shark Space, and back out. So it is just a really nifty feature, and I think it's just indicative of how much they want this to be, like how they're really trying to push the hardware here now to become something specifically focused to gaming. And this is where hardware and software come together in a really unique way here on the Black Shark 2. And the fourth feature I gotta say is performance. There's no doubt that this Snapdragon 855 in this phone is just killing it. And I have run a few Geekbench and other Antutu benchmarks here, so let me just show you real quick. There is the Geekbench 4 scores, 3,535 and 10,601 multi-core. So just doing really well in terms of that. And let's see if I have the gallery here. There it is. These are the Antutu scores I got. So 369,000. Incredible. This phone is a beast. And I think with the 8 GB of RAM, this is not the 12 gig version, by the way, guys. This is the 8 GB version, but 256 gigs of storage. Look at those scores. That is just incredible. So I think just performance, software, like experience so far has been really good. And just in terms of speed and responsiveness, the latency also on this phone seems really good. And I've heard that it can go all the way down to a latency of like 1 ms. And that's incredible. That's just something that you don't even have it on iPhone. You don't have it on a Pixel. It is really great to see that they are pretty much pushing this phone's hardware to the max. And I think that is the exciting part of using this phone. A few other kind of quick points to mention about this phone. There are no speakers in the traditional sense. So you see here, try to find where the speakers are on this phone. And I think it's actually similar to the Mate 20 Pro, where they're coming out of the bottom. And this is the other cool thing, guys. Check it out. When music is playing, the sides on this phone, similar to like the Vivo, they are pulsing to the beat of the music. I'm going to put the speaker down here. Let's see how this does at 75 and 100%. What can I say? it's very interesting here because I went from thinking these speakers were terrible. They're actually not too bad. And they're coming out of two spots, guys. They're coming out of the bottom here of the actual charging port, and they're actually coming out of the loudspeaker at the top. And so this is doubling both as the earpiece as well as a secondary speaker. So you have dual speakers on this Black Shark 2. So that is a lot more impressive a result than I expected in that. And so, a few other things also to mention about this phone though, and now kind of the slight issues I've been having, and that is compatibility. So as of right now, this version of the phone that I'm using I am using Joy UI, and it is the kind of China ROM version that is used. And I know that the global version actually is running stock Android, and you know which one I would have loved to have. I would have loved to probably have stock Android, but I've also read on a lot of forums, and I said this in my previous video, that some of you guys love Joy UI. Some of you like a lot of the features that are implemented within Joy UI, but there is one thing that is causing problems for me on this Joy UI right now, and that is with downloading apps. I've been able to download these kind of apps right here. You see, there's been a few, but there's a number of these games that I've had to actually sideload. And let me show you what's happening right now. And you can see I'm going to download Asphalt 9. And so Asphalt 9, I think typically will have some additional file that needs to be downloaded. So just wait and see here. I'll speed this up through the magic of editing, but watch what happens at the very end of this download. And there we go. Can't download Asphalt 9 Legends. And this is the issue I've been running into. I'm not sure what it is, and I'm going to try to keep finding a fix here. In the meantime, I've been using APK Mirror and some other kind of websites to download the APKs for the games I wanted to test. But as of right now, this is unfortunate because there's other games like Asphalt 9, like Shadow Fight 3 that I wanted to check out that I just can't download, which is really infuriating. But I think that's something that's going to be I'm not going to blame the Black Shark for that. I think that's something that will be improved eventually. And so before I jump into this final section, one thing I hadn't done kind of in its entirety was just show you guys what else was in this box. And so you saw a little bit of my previous unboxing. There's the loading paper there. But the main thing I wanted to show inside here for you guys was, let's do it. This is just your typical books, SIM ejector tool. You saw all that when I unboxed it earlier. But what you didn't see was this. So we have the USB-C cable. It's a black one. And this is the charger. And the charger is what I wanted to check out with you guys here. It looks to me like it's a 27-watt charger, if I'm not mistaken. Let's double check that. And that is pretty awesome to see. Here's the other 27-watt charger from Xiaomi. Double checking there. Yes, I can confirm there that it is 27 watts that's included in the Black Shark 2 box. And these look very similar, actually. Once you look at these together, they actually have a very similar look, except one is black and one is white. But very good to know there that you are getting some really, really fast charging. And I'm sure that this Black Shark can probably charge in just over an hour, similar to the Xiaomi Mi 9. But it does have 4,000 milliamperes of a battery here, so it may be a little bit slower than that. A few other quick specs I just wanted to mention here. The display on this is a 6.39 Full HD display. We got a 48 megapixel. We got that 48 megapixel shooter on the back, similar to the Xiaomi Mi 9, and a max of 12 gigs of RAM. So this is the 8GB version, like I mentioned, but there's always on display since this is AMOLED, and we also have DCI-P3 100% in terms of display quality. And the last thing I'll mention here is just overall comms for this phone. No NFC on this phone. In terms of security, we do have on this phone a fingerprint scanner, and I have not actually set that up, so let's go ahead and do that right now. And so showing you guys right here how the fingerprint scanner works on this. It's nice and quick to set up, and it looks to me like the same scanner that's being used on the Xiaomi Mi 9. So there you go, successfully enrolled. And there's also face unlock on this, as you can see right from there. Now, one thing I don't like is how this jumps you all the way to the kind of the outside settings there. And face unlock is disabled at the moment. Let's leave it disabled for now. but just a little hodgepodge there of random stuff I wanted to bring up about this phone. And so now let's do it, guys. Let's jump in here, and we're going to play one game here. Stay tuned for my full gaming review of this phone. So, now I wish this was actually real time, because then I could ask you guys, which game do you want me to play? But since you guys love PUBG Mobile so much, let's go jump into PUBG, and we'll leave Fortnite for the next time. Let's get this game started. Little PUBG Mobile on the Black Shark 2. Alright, so here we are in the game. By the way, guys, what do you think of my new my new table setup here? Something different. Got this big Frankie Tech logo there. Let's get started. But before we do that, I should definitely show you guys what the settings are for the game. Let's go ahead and do that real quick here. So I played this a little bit earlier. So here are the settings. I have HDR, Ultra, Realistic. I've enabled anti-aliasing and disabled auto adjust graphics. The other thing I'm going to do here, guys, you can see now I'm in Gamer Studio. I'm going to turn on the dashboard. You can see it there. Can you see it? There are the actual stats of the gameplay. Dang, and we're gonna miss the Frankie Tech swim test. Come on, get in the water, dude. I can't miss a swim test. There it is. The classic Frankie Tech swim test. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. That was close. I almost missed that one. And so you see it there. It is actually, what I've noticed, has been staying at 40 frames per second. And I think that is what it is capped to. But the battery temperature, when I played last, it never got past 32 or 33%. There is liquid cooling 3.0 in this phone as well. And you know what? It's like you get used to notches and stuff, but it's nice to play on a phone that doesn't have that issue. The entire screen is being used here. I think Black Shark made a good move not to embrace the whole notch craze or even the punch hole craze that has kind of taken over smartphones. And they're just doing very, very even bezels on both sides. That's one way to do it as well. So let's land and get some guns. And now the other thing that this phone has in terms of implementation is it does have an ability to map two actual like capacitive buttons on the screen. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. Whoa! Oh boy. That guy came out of nowhere. Take that. So anyways, what I was saying was that this phone has an ability to map capacitive buttons onto the screen, and I assure you guys that with the gaming review that's coming up, when I do that versus the Vivo IQOO, I will be finding a way to use both the monster buttons and the capacitive buttons, and we'll definitely have a comparison between those two features on those phones. And let's see how we're doing with temperature. 32 degrees Celsius. This thing is not getting warm at all. The battery temperature's gone up a little bit. So let's walk around. Let's try to find the next kill. There's a guy right there. Oh yeah. Damn, he died quick. And now let's see how we're doing. I've been walking around for probably a few minutes before the previous edit there. 33 degrees Celsius, 40 frames per second. So you see, as you're playing this on these settings, it's not sweating at all. I think if Ultra or if like the Super HD setting was eventually implemented on this phone, it could probably handle it as well. No frame drops whatsoever. It's keeping a steady 40 frames per second here on this game. So let's see if we can get one last kill here, and then we'll call it for this PUBG session on the Black Shark 2. Oh, I see a guy in the distance there. Coming at you, bro. Oh yeah. He's getting away. You're not going anywhere, bro. Oh, yeah. And you know what? I'm having a lot of fun playing this game right now. It is staying cool to the touch. A little warmth here, but nothing out of the ordinary. 34 degrees Celsius, constant 40 frames per second, and 2.32 gigahertz. That's about as fast as the CPU was going. So, great gaming here on the Black Shark 2. Probably one of the top PUBG experiences you can get today. So that is it for this video. Just a quick take here, but stay tuned, guys, for my full gaming comparison between the Xiaomi Black Shark 2, and I know the phone you want me to compare it to, it's right here. That's right, the Vivo IQOO. These are two gaming beasts that I have in my possession, and exclusive to Frankie Tech, you'll be seeing that comparison very soon. Hopefully I won't get more sick than I already am, and so apologies again for my voice or the way it sounded or the rantiness of the video. Like I said, I hope I can get better soon and continue making great content for you guys. But what an awesome phone, and for the price I got it for, which was just over 4,500 Hong Kong dollars, or it's in that $600 price range. This is the beast of a phone, and I think considering the fact that it's an 8GB 256 gig version, it doesn't matter. That is one of the highest spec, highest powerhouse phones that you can buy for $600. It's a no-brainer. If you're into gaming, if you're into just like raw performance, and you just want a phone that is unapologetically a beast, a tank of a phone, this is it, guys. This is it. But let me know what you guys think of this phone. If you like this video, give me that thumbs up. And if you love the content of Frankie Tech, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for future updates. I'm going to go drink some lemon water, guys. I'm going to go take a rest. And hopefully I will see you guys sooner than later. But that's it for this video. And this is where I leave you by saying, this is Frankie Tech signing off. Y'all have a good one.